As East Central Scotland's largest property marketing firm, ESPC has unrivaled information on the local housing market across Edinburgh, the Lothians and Fife. Today we'll be looking back at what happened in the market in 2013 before turning our attention to what 2014 might have in store for us. In the second half of 2012, we began to see signs of a slight improvement in the buyer activity, with the number of property sales inching upwards, and this growth in demand really started to take hold in 2013. During the second quarter of 2013, the number of homes sold across Edinburgh, Lothians and Fife rose by 12.5% annually, and this rate of growth accelerated to over 43% during the third quarter of the year. In the final 3 months of the year, the total number of homes sold was 48% higher than during the same period in 2012. All in all, this meant that the number of property sales recorded by ESPC was at its highest level since 2007. The rise in buyer activity has been fueled by a number of factors. Economic conditions, while still challenging, have been better than expected, with GDP growth and employment levels outperforming most predictions. At the same time, property prices are around 15% lower than they were at the peak of the market, and interest rates remain low, making buying a home more affordable. Many buyers who started to save for deposits back in 2008 are now in a position to secure mortgage funding. Finally, rising rents in many areas, particularly within Edinburgh, have meant that activity from buy-to-let investors has continued to grow. Although initially the upturn in the market activity was focused on buyers, towards the end of 2013, we also started to see the improvement in the number of homes coming onto the market. Between April and August, the number of homes coming onto the market was around 10% higher than in 2012. But towards the end of the year, the rate of the annual growth in instructions had accelerated to over 40%. With the level of demand in the market really starting to pick up, conditions for sellers are now more favourable than they have been for several years. In Edinburgh, for example, properties sold during the last quarter of 2013 on average achieved a selling price equal to 98.2% of the original home report valuation, up from 94.3% at the end of 2012. We see a similar picture across the rest of the Lothians and Fife, with the average percentage of home report valuation achieved rising across the board. If we drill down a little further, we can see it's the sellers of properties in the mid-market who are enjoying a great level of success. Homes valued between £300,000 and £400,000 achieved an average of 99.6% during the last 3 months of the year. Sellers of smaller, low-value homes enjoyed less success, with those valued at less than £100,000 achieving 94.8% of the original valuation. During the first half of 2013, average house prices were broadly in line with 2012 levels, but recently we have started to see prices inching upwards in many areas. In Edinburgh, the average house price during the final quarter of the year rose by 5% annually to £212,296. 3-bedroom flats saw a higher rate of growth, with an average price up by 6.7% annually, with 2-bedroom flats and 2-bedroom houses achieving comparative modest growth at just over 3%. As always, the big question is, what can we expect to see in the coming year? Although downside risks remain, we expect to see a continued improvement in economic conditions throughout 2014. Demand in the market should see a further boost from the Help to Buy schemes north and south of the border, offering assistance to buyers with smaller deposits. Balancing this, we should continue to see a rise in the number of homes coming onto the market, as many sellers who had delayed putting their homes on the market until the market conditions improved decide to sell. This should help dampen down house price inflation. Our central projection for 2014 is for the average house price to rise by 3% annually, with family homes achieving a slightly higher rate of growth. As ever, for all the latest information on house prices and the property market in East and Central Scotland, be sure to visit us at espc.com.